Hello and welcome to Horror Bites episode 3, starting the series anew now, seeing we've had summer now and we're getting closer to the Halloween season being the next big attraction for theme park events wise. We've got quite a bit of major news which has come across over the summer, so let's first of all head over to the news. The first bit of news is regarding Alton Towers Scarefest. They've released a lineup, well, what we think is the full lineup for their mazes this year. Carnival of Screens, Boiler House and Terror of the Towers are all returning, and they're also adding a new scare zone which is called Zombies! We're not quite sure whether the Boiler House and Carnival of Screens are going to be off park like they have been for the past, well, since their existence. There's rumours that they may be putting the Black Hole tent for this year. We're not sure whether this is true or not. As getting guests out of the park over to the resorts area to ride the mazes work well for the park. Getting them in Alton Towers itself could cause some problems with the amount of guests, especially in the area around Terror of the Towers and X Sector, because that's going to be all the horror mazes. We're not sure where the Zombies is going to be. We think it could be in Haunted Hollow, as that suits the dual theme of zombies, but there's also a rumour that it may be on the path in between X Sector and Sonic Spinball, which is behind the conference suite. Not too sure about that, as it's obviously going to cause quite a large bottleneck, seeing as there's a large lake there and the paths there don't have shortcuts across. When you're creating a scare zone, you want to have a chicken run. I think that's the word. Something like that. Around the edge, so guests don't have to go through the horror maze or scare zone if they do not want to. That was the news for Scarefest. Thorpe Park have released a little snippet of information about their new attraction. It says that they want a name for it and tips. They're giving out the tip that it's something to do with a mad maniacal scientist experimenting on people. Now, we have absolutely no clue how this relates to anything we've thought in the past. Could be the Western sort of idea which could have featured inbred hillbillies, but we're not entirely sure. The rumour was that it would be replacing Hellgate. Now the rumour is that it may be replacing Seven. I think I prefer it to replace Hellgate. We're still not sure whether there's going to be a horror maze, scare zone, real maze, real life experience show, or I'm still feeling the whole thing that it could be a single intense horror experience, which is basically one room, you stay there and the things happen around you rather than you having to move through it. That could sort of fit with the Mad Scientist theme, but I'm also thinking that the Mad Scientist theme could fit a horror maze, but we're not sure about that, so yeah, we should find out that about in the future. So that's all the news. Onto the Wall of Maine. Now, we're going to operate a new way of doing the Wall of Maine for this series, this run of Horror Bites, that's what it's called. Basically, I'll ask a question which is more open-ending, and then the most creative suggestion, or the best suggestion, commented down low or on Merlin Mania or emailed to me. I will then put your username or whatever up on the Wall of Maine next to your suggestion. So that's how we're going to do Wall of Maine this time. First question I'm going to ask you is, where do you think that they should put zombies at Scarefest? It doesn't have to be it has to be a feasible suggestion, but it can be creative in terms of, you could say, at the end of the garden to force people to go through there. The most creative suggestion will get your username up there and your suggestion up on the Wall of Maine. So that's Wall of Maine, and we're now going to head over to the ending bit. Thanks for watching Horror Bites this week. We hope you've enjoyed it. Next week we'll be back, hopefully a bit more news about Thorpe Park's new Friday Night's attraction. It's coming up to the season, the part of the year when we find out a lot more details of the events, and we might even start seeing some construction soon. It's about now that Thorpe start putting up stuff like the asylum sign. And we'll also find out probably where Carnival of Screen and Boiler House are going to be on towers in the near future. Next week, remember, email your suggestions for Wall of Main to daniel@merlinmania.com. Comment on Merlin Mania or comment in the comment section below. Next week we'll probably have a new section from Thought Park Maniac 123. We've been trying to get this section into the show for quite a couple of weeks now, but it hasn't been working out. And last thing happened is my computer's died, but it died basically, and I've had to recover all the files, and it's got a new hard drive, etc. So that's gone completely missing, which is a shame. But we should get that in the show for next week. Thanks for watching. Sign up to Merlin Mania if you haven't yet. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.